before we even got to... Oh, hi. Hello, and welcome to The Jib, this bi-weekly podcast. That means once every 2 weeks. This bi-weekly podcast is about the many and varied schemes of the many and varied U.S. law enforcement and intelligence agencies and organizations and committees and how they are stupid and funny. Join us on our merry journey through space and time. Hi, my name is Barry, and this week I got a cat. I own a cat now. Yes.
Oh, no shit.
Because the cat hasn't really come out of the bed. I got it like last week, and it went straight under the bed in the front room, and it hasn't come out. So it comes out for food when I'm not looking, and it's just like kind of poking its head out now. So I'm thinking maybe it might join us later on if we're very lucky.
Nice. What's cat's name?
Timmy.
Timmy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not. Everybody agrees it's not a good name, but that cat is called Timmy. There's nothing I can do about it.
I was expecting something more from you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So was everybody.
Kierkegaard or something.
Yeah.
You know, some sort of Greek name. Or
the first thing I did is I said no authors that I admire and no Greek gods, no Greek characters. I have to just because that's Timmy.
Two on the nose for you. So,
two on the nose, exactly. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
It is two upon the nose.
Well, congratulations to having a pet.
I love the little bastard already.
It's great. Hi, everybody. I'm Seamus, and you may know me, or soon to find out, that I'm the guy that did not read the script. So
you didn't read the script, dude. I sent it to you yesterday.
I know. I didn't. Sorry.
You didn't read. Oh, you're busy. I guess a good sign if you're busy, right?
Oh, yeah.
So this is going to come as much of a surprise to you as everyone else, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, as we talked a little bit ago, I mean, I know some things about the history of this region, but I'm really excited to learn more. So, okay, and I'm expecting. Speaking of cats, are there going to be any cats or dogs eaten in this episode?
No, I wanted to do this is about Haiti. I wanted to do an episode about Haiti ever since I saw what was it, J.D. Vance, or was it Trump said it?
It was Trump. Trump said it there in the debate.
He said something stupid about Haitians in Springfield, which led to violence and hostility against Haitian immigrants in Ohio.
What? You mean Trump said something and people did violent things afterwards? That's crazy. Yeah.
So, but he did previously refer to Haiti as a shithole country. And
yes, he did. Yes,
in his defense, it is. It is a shithole country. It is a terrible country. It's in a complete mess. But the question is, like, how
why?
Right. So it's a bit like as Michael Che said on Saturday Night Live once. He was talking about, I think, the Congo. He said calling the Congo a shithole country is like some uncle who molests you as a child, and then when you grow up says, "Wow, that kid is pretty fucked up," you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's a bit like that, right? Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And also, the reason it took a long time is there was too many words. And I realized I wanted to make this about CIA and FBI. And by the end of this script, we still haven't gotten to the CIA part. So we're just going to have to write it out. And this is going to be a two-parter.
What?
We're on camera now, Seamus. So there's no need to... This is going to be a two-part. There's going to be two parts to this.
Mary, are you okay?
Yeah, Seamus. Okay. What happened... You see... Okay. I did give Seamus a lot of shit. And I would say a lot of shit at the start before we started doing the Jib, when we said, what are the rules of the Jib? And one of them was we can't do 2 or 3 part podcasts. I said, that's terrible because nobody's going to watch, and you're expecting people to tune in every week, and it's not reasonable because people have demands on their time and so on. I said, I personally will be keeping all my podcasts to under an hour, one episode, right? So if Seamus now decides to want to take an attitude, he is perfectly entitled to do so. Yeah, this is a two-parter, Seamus. Is there anything you'd like to add or anything you'd like to say?
Oh, I might bring it up from time to time.
Okay. If he said something like "fuck you, Barry," that would be entirely reasonable. So, yeah, because I was a dick about a lot of things before we started this Jib thing. I was a dick about a lot of things. I said no live episodes, and and then I said no more than 2. Know this, keep it under an hour, and sure, everything I said was wrong. All the things I was so worked up about. And I didn't want to watch videos either. I said, watching videos. No, we'll do scripts. We won't be watching FBI videos. And sure, they're some of our most popular ones. People love it. So
yeah, we got more views on that than half the episodes we've done. This is crazy.
Yeah, so what do I know, right? Fuck all, apparently, is the answer to that question.
Yeah, and I love one of the comments was, well, I tried to watch this, but then these guys kept on talking.
That's fair. Yeah, fair enough. Got it. Yeah,
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Did you not
understand that?
The name of the episode is The Jib Watches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's like the review of Sylvia Plath's The Bell Jar I saw on a review website once. It said that this book would be much better if she cheered up. Yeah, it would, but that's not what it is, man. But we're not here to talk about how stupid I am. We're here to talk about Haiti. Haiti is I'll have a look at picture number 1 there, please.
Picture? Yep.
Yes, please. Now, Seamus is much better at doing photos with his podcasts than I am. Because Seamus would never do something this fucking crass and on the nose, right? So you're just going to have to put up with what you get from me. Haiti is the west half of the island of Hispaniola. That Hispaniola there is between Cuba and Puerto Rico. The west half of it is Haiti, the other half being the Dominican Republic. Christopher Columbus.
It's also known as the country that says Haiti on it.
Yeah, okay, there it is. Okay. Yeah, blow it up big there so you can see it. Haiti is the west half. Christopher Columbus, inventor of the blind people might be watching. West means nothing to them either. Anyway, Christopher Columbus, inventor of the transatlantic slave trade, landed in Haiti in 1492, famously. And although initially relations were good with locals, they murdered the people he left behind to form a colony as soon as they figured out what the Spaniards were up to.
He was okay with that, though, to be clear.
Well, he didn't really feel the need to repopulate it, no. This would be a repeating pattern in the history of Haiti and the conquest of the Americas in general. The pattern is getting along well with the locals until they figure out what you're up to, right? Yeah. This is something that happens over and over again in the Americas. By 1697, right, so we're zipping forward about 200 years, the French controlled the colony of Haiti, which they called Saint-Domingue. The economy was almost... yeah?
No, okay,
sorry. Cool. The economy was almost entirely slave-based plantations, pumping out coffee, spice, sugar, and cocoa, all the good things, right? Yeah. By the mid-1700s, they were exporting 36,000 metric tons of raw sugar.
Holy shit.
That's a lot of sugar from a place that size. You can see between how big it is. Saint-Domingue was the most profitable French colony in the world and might have been the most profitable of all the European colonies, at least in the 1700s, before, I guess, they really started pumping Indonesia. By the 1790s, Saint-Domingue encompassed a third of the entire transatlantic slave trade. So let's have a think about that. Yeah. Including all America, all of South America and Latin America, Saint-Domingue, that little place there, encompassed a third of the entire transatlantic slave trade. In 1681, there were 2,000 slaves in Saint-Domingue, but by 1790, there were 500,000.
Was it just, obviously because of, colonialism and how they're able to pull it off, but was it just because of the location was more convenient? As far as...
I'm not sure why it invited so many. I think it was just well planted by the French and well organized. But there's only so much organization you can pull off if there's like 50,000 of you and 500,000 of them, right?
Yeah.
In 1780, this is 1790, there were 500,000. In 1787 alone, the French imported 20,000 slaves into Saint-Domingue.
Wow.
During the same time, the British imported 38,000 slaves to all of their Caribbean colonies combined. So places like Jamaica and the Virgin Islands, and so all those places combined, the French imported 20,000 into Saint-Domingue. Anyway, conditions were brutal. Many slaves died from diseases such as malaria and yellow fever will be a recurring theme in tonight. 50% of African slaves died from yellow fever, but this did not worry the plantation owners, who decided it would be judicious to work the sick people as hard as possible, as they were going to die anyway, and they were easily replaced, like they were basically furniture.
Yeah.
Rape and torture were common, so they were worse than furniture, unless you're J.D. Vance. There are cases where slaves were whipped, burned, buried alive, mutilated, raped, and had limbs amputated. On some plantations, it's a touch of the Congo again, right?
Yeah.
On some plantations, slaves caught eating the sugarcane crop would be forced to wear metal face muzzles while working.
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that is the correct reaction. Yeah, what the fuck is that indeed? Now, the good news is that to get out of this, the slaves can always commit suicide, right? The only guarantee to escape from plantations was suicide. Now, this became a problem. Suicide became a problem on the plantations, that'll tell you. Even taking account of the constant supply of new African slaves turning up, these conditions led to the creation of the zombie myth. The voodoo priests who were...
okay.
To become a zombie was the slave's worst nightmare. To be dead and still forced to work. To be robbed of your own death. an eternal slave. That's where the zombie thing kicked off. If you just, it's the most heartbreaking thing imaginable. It's just heartbreaking.
Jesus.
You know? Yeah.
So does this get happy at any point in this episode? Are you going to pick anything up here? I mean, Jesus.
I mean, yeah. There's
okay.
It's none of it's good, but it's not. This is just
we're off to a grim fucking start, man.
Yeah, it's all kind of a bit, but this is absolutely heartbreaking. And
I thought the whole face cage was going to be bad.
Yeah,
you're like, oh, I'm not raise you the creation of zombies.
You robbed of your own
really
death.
Bad.
You commit suicide, and we will still work you on the plantations.
Yeah, the Walking Dead has a different meaning now. God damn.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Rough.
Awesome.
And the whole voodoo thing was, it wasn't like brought over from Africa or anything. It was a creation of, the zombie thing was a creation of Haiti. That was a Haitian thing, and this is what it was. Okay. It was the slave's worst nightmare. So let's just move on from that.
Yeah.
Indirectly inspired by the French Revolution, the slaves in Haiti staged their own revolution. On the night of 21st of August, 1791, thousands of slaves attended a secret voodoo ceremony as a storm rolled in. The lightning and the thunder were taken as good omens. And later that night, the slaves began killing their masters, and they kicked off a civil war. Yeah, fuck yeah, they did. And kicked off a civil war. It was during this war that many French slave owners fled to Louisiana, which is why Louisiana is like that. As all civil wars are, this was a mess. And I think it's fair to say that of any civil war anywhere.
What year is this again? I'm sorry.
What?
What year was this again?
1791.
Okay.
So we're still pre-big drama in America, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when we were looking at the Washington thing that this was a concern.
Yeah.
Of slaveholders in the it would be in the U.S. I was almost at the colonies, but in the U.S. this kind of thing was going to happen there. So okay, cool.
It was a concern, a stated concern. They didn't just they didn't leave it off the menu, like it was stated. But civil wars tend to be a mess. If you saw the television show years ago, North and South, you can see how much of a mess the American Civil War was. People you were friends with, suddenly now you're fighting, But this was
Patrick
a mess.
Swayze, wasn't it?
Patrick Swayze, Swizzle, yeah. The slave leaders were constantly in negotiation with the French leaders, British leaders, and even some Spaniards. In the following year, France granted full political rights to free black men in Haiti. And the free black men in Haiti were also split between royalists and revolutionaries in France. What was happening in France was being mirrored on Haiti. And they sent, the French sent 6,000 troops to the island. Because some black guys felt that supporting the king would be better for Haiti, which it might have been, we don't know. Also that year, France declared, they picked a good time. France declared war on England, right? Spain, which ran the other half of Hispaniola, joined on the English side. So the Spanish and the English governments found it very easy to send food, ammunition, arms, medicine, naval support, and military advisors to the slaves because they were fighting against the French, right? That's how these things work. The French authorities responded by granting freedom to any slaves who joined them against the combined English and Spanish forces, right? Because of course they did. And by that autumn, slavery had been abolished everywhere in Haiti. Nice. In 1794, the slaves who had been getting support from the English and the Spanish suddenly joined the French and turned against the Spanish and turfed all the Spaniards out of Haiti. The leader of the slaves, a man called Toussaint Louverture, said they were never anti-France as such. And this was his continuing conviction, even through the madness. They were never anti-France as such. They were just anti-being slaves. And they would happily live and work in Saint-Domingue as free men. He reached out to whites and even former slave masters to join the former slaves in rebuilding the colony. And by 1795, slavery was abolished by French law in all French colonies.
Yeah, I remember reading about, because Toussaint's name comes up a lot, involving American slavery. Yeah. And for decades after this, if there was any sort of abolitionist that had a French name or sounding name, the fucking Southerners would freak the fuck out, like quake in their boots, because they're like, "Oh fuck, it's gonna happen here."
Yeah, but that's valid.
Yeah.
I think we have. Do we have a picture of Toussaint Louverture?
Is that this here? Here he is.
Toussaint Louverture. Oui. That is a statue of him, which, as far as I know, is in Canada.
That's an odd place for that.
Maybe, I don't know.
No doubt it's in Quebec because of the. It's all written in French there.
In 1796, the British. You remember those? Sometimes
those assholes.
Sometimes people say to me, and John Hamill was one of them, if you remember, but he's not the only one. Yeah, a friend of ours. He used to be a friend of ours called John Hamill.
I don't know that guy.
He said to me more than once. He said, "Barry, how come you're always going on about the Americans?" He said, "The Americans are always the bad guys. The Americans, the Americans, the Americans." Well, I can promise you that if we were doing this podcast in 1924 instead of 2024, he'd be telling me, "How come you're always going on about the British, the British, the British, the British? The British are always the bad guys," and he'd be saying that for the very same reason that I'm always going on about the Americans.
Yeah, I think he was a closet loyalist, but that's just me.
I know.
Moving right along.
He just liked the Americans.
Moving along.
He's not a loyalist. In 1796, he's a lot of things, but he's not a loyalist. Yeah. In 1796, the British made one final great push, they called it. That's what they actually called it, to take over Haiti, as if one were trying to get over a bout of constipation. They sent thousands of unwilling troops on ships, but never made it much further than Port-au-Prince. Toussaint Louverture was making gains and used tactics which impressed the imperial armies. And by impressed the imperial armies, I mean, black guy knows how to do, how about that? That kind of impressed, right? By the end of 1797, the British soldiers were all dead from yellow fever.
Oh, shit.
Right? By 1798, the British negotiated with Toussaint Louverture a total withdrawal of troops in exchange for promises. Sorry, I won't keep doing that. In exchange for promises to not support the slave revolts in Jamaica. So everything affects everything else, right? By 1800, Toussaint Louverture was in control of Saint-Domingue and declared himself governor for life.
Okay.
And it is now that I have chosen to do our top 10 thing.
Top 10 thing.
Okay. Today's top 10 is a little bit different. I'm trying to do something a little bit interesting and maybe a little bit fun. Oh no, Barry, what's happening? Don't worry, it'll be fine. This is an image with 10 people on it. And these are what I have just off the top of my head said. These are the top 10 Haitian or Haitian descended celebrities or people. And I am going to describe them. And Seamus is going to tell me which one they are.
Oh, shit. That's going to be
okay.
I don't know. I only know.
Don't say anything.
Okay.
Seamus, I promise you, Seamus has not seen this image before.
I did not.
Now on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay. So he hasn't had any time to prepare. I recognize 2 of those people, and I know who they are.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Number one in mine, right? Not yours. These are. This is just my list. Okay. Franck Etienne is a Haitian writer, poet, playwright, painter, musician, activist, and intellectual. He was nominated for the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2009. Who's that?
Number 3.
Correct.
It's the picture because he's got the glasses. He's got the
maybe the whole thing will be like that. The next one is Mia Love. Mia Love became the first Haitian American to be elected to the House of Representatives in 2014, as well as the first black female Republican to be elected. She had previously served as mayor of Saratoga Springs, Utah.
Number 2.
No.
Oh.
Mia Love is number 10.
Okay, that would have been my second choice.
Mia Love.
I was going more about that because she just number 2's dressed.
Yeah, Mia Love could also be a contestant in Is This a Person or Is This a Porn Name? Next one.
Okay, move along. Yeah.
Yep. I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but I'm going to go French on it. Jean-Michel Basquiat. Okay. Jean-Michel Basquiat, known for his 1980s groundbreaking contributions to the art world as a neo-expressionist painter, drew inspiration from his Haitian ancestry, infusing his works with elements of African and Caribbean culture.
Number 7.
Number who?
7.
Nope. He is number 4.
See?
When this is finished,
always the second guess.
Seamus, when this is over, I will tell you the 2 people I recognized, okay? So don't feel bad. This is good, though. We're all learning something. This is supposed to be a fun little game like, I don't know, like a... Never mind. Okay, next. Eric Andre is an American comedian, actor, TV show host, writer, producer, and musician. He is the creator, host, and co-writer of the Adult Swim surreal comedy series, The Eric Andre Show.
Number 9. I knew him right off the bat.
Yeah, he's the guy who asked was it Scary Spice or one of those Spice Girls? He said, was Margaret Thatcher a power girl or something? She said yes. And he said, was she being a power girl when she sent the paramilitary death squads into Northern Ireland? I was like, fuck yeah, nice one, Eric.
He's awesome.
Okay. Next we have Naomi Osaka is a Japanese professional tennis player. She has been ranked world number 1 in singles by the Women's Tennis Association. Her father is full-blood Haitian.
I'm going to go number 2 again.
No.
It's number 5 then.
Number 5, because she looks a little bit Japanesey, right?
I don't know.
She's not one of the ones I knew. So, okay. Next, and please tell me you get this one. Okay.
Okay.
Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable founded Chicago in the 1780s.
Oh, number 7.
Yes. That man is Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable. He founded Chicago in the 1780s. Good for him, right? He's Haitian.
Yeah, nobody talks about that. Wonder why.
Next, we have Garcelle Beauvais is a Haitian actress known for her roles in the sitcom The Jamie Foxx Show, NYPD Blue, and Spider-Man Homecoming.
Number 1.
No.
That's number 2.
Yes. Garcelle Beauvais is number 2.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. The next we have, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Jason, I guess. Jason Derulo is a pop star of Haitian descent.
Number 6.
6 is correct. Hold on.
Okay.
And he spells it Derulo.
That's interesting.
But actually, his name is Derulo, as in Desrouleaux.
Okay.
But in French, you pronounce it Derulo, right? Next, we have Wycliffe Jean is a Grammy-winning musician and producer.
Number 1, right?
Wycliffe Jean.
Oh, I thought it was a woman's name. Number 6 then.
Okay. Number 6 is Jason Derulo.
That's right. I lost my point. Number 8. Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yep.
I'll tell you when we're finished. And the last one then is Roxane Gay. She is an American writer. Professor.
Number one.
Yes, number 1. That's Roxane Gay. She's an American writer, professor, and feminist social commentator, and both her parents are Haitian.
Okay.
So that's our little game. The 2 I recognized were Jean-Michel Basquiat and Eric Andre. I didn't know any of the rest of them. So you actually did better than I did when I went looking on the internet. So that is our top 10 today. Was a little graphic, little game show called Guess the Haitian.
Guess the Haitian.
Yeah, right?
Well, they were all Haitians.
They were all Haitian, but also guess which Haitian is this. That's better. Which Haitian is this? A little fun game called Which Haitian is this? Okay?
Cool.
That's it. And now we go back into our show. Because it's grim. I know it's grim. And when these things are grim, we like to break it up with something. That's why we did these top 10s and ads and so on in the middle, because some of it's just absolutely awful. Yeah. So anyway, more awful stuff now. If you're ready for it, you ready for more awful stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The last sentence before the fun and games was Toussaint was in control of Saint-Domingue and declared himself governor for life in 1800. In 1802, Napoleon sent troops to take Haiti back for the French. All the trouble they went to in France to get rid of the aristocracy. And 2 years later, look at who's in charge. Napoleon sent troops to take Haiti back for the French.
But he was mainly a benign dictator, so, you know.
Napoleon. Okay. Really. Appeals were sent to Toussaint. I'm calling him Toussaint now. It's his first name. Toussaint personally. All right. This is a message they sent to him. Have no worries about your personal fortune. It will be safeguarded for you, since it has been only too well earned by your own efforts. Do not worry about the liberty of your fellow citizens. Now, that's a scumbag thing to say for a guy who was a slave revolt leader, right?
Yeah, they're just thinking that they're dealing with, just your average governor that they're looking to, right?
Exactly. They think they're dealing with their average governor. His number one concern will be, do I get to keep my gold?
Yeah.
Toussaint's number one concern was something else. Toussaint did not take the bait and developed a fairly aggressive strategy for dealing with the French army. And here's a direct quote. Do not forget, while waiting for the rainy season, which will rid us of our foes, that we have no other resource than destruction and fire. Tear up the roads with shot. Throw corpses and horses into all the foundations. burn, and annihilate everything, in order that those who have come to reduce us to slavery may have before their eyes the image of the hell which they deserve.
Fuck yeah.
Now,
fuck yeah.
Why do you think the rainy season is going to get rid of them?
Because they can't handle the storms?
No, because when it rains, you get a lot of stagnant water. And then after that, you get a lot of mosquitoes. And after that, you get a lot of yellow fever, our old friend, which destroyed the entire British army out there. Anyway.
I was just thinking of the travel being an issue in the storms. But
that would have also been an issue. Yeah.
I got it. All right.
But as you were saying earlier, meanwhile, in the United States, which was a very new country, the new United States had no idea what to make of any of this. Washington, who owned slaves, stayed neutral on Haiti, which annoyed everybody. And if you remember our Washington episode, him staying neutral on various issues annoyed everybody, and it fucked everything up. He gave no guidance on how to conduct themselves and so on. He was just a very hands-off president. That's what happens when you have libertarians in charge. For more on how he annoyed everyone by refusing to take sides on anything, see our first Founding Feckheads episode about Washington. You should definitely do that. It's good. Despite the fact that I wrote some of it, it's good. The second president, John Adams, who was somehow very opposed to slavery and abolition, which is true, by the way. He was very opposed to slavery and abolition.
Also subject of episode 2, whenever we get it.
Yeah, whenever we get around to it, we'll be doing episode 2 and John Adams, yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, he was very opposed to slavery and also very opposed to abolition. Now, good luck making sense. He supported the uprising with diplomacy and some warships. He supported the Haitian uprising. The third president, Thomas Jefferson, who owned slaves, recalled the Navy as soon as he took office in 1801, and so on. So there was a confused messages coming out of the United States, apparently depending on whether or not the guy in charge owned a lot of slaves.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, back in Haiti. While the main battles were fought around the urban centers, the French rampaged through the Haitian countryside.
To be clear, that's it. There's no more of U.S. fucking with Haiti, right?
I'm sure that's the
U.S. is going to stay away.
I'm sure the U.S. has nothing else to say about Haiti. They leave them to their own. Now it's just mainly.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, that was stupid of me because I forgot. This is part 1 of a 2-parter episode.
This is part. Well, yeah, okay, Seamus. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Should I apologize? Would that help if I said sorry?
What's apologize for? We're getting two helpings of good stuff from you. It's great. I'm happy about this.
Jesus Christ!
Don't you see? I'm smiling over here. It's great.
It's like we're married. You know that, don't you?
It's great. It's great.
This is what it would be like if we were married, James. If you and me were married, it's great. It's fine. I'm really happy about it. Okay. Yeah. Well, the main battles. This is part 1 of a 2-parter, guys. Well, the main battles were fought around. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry what I said to you before the jib. I was wrong. I made a mistake. I thought that people's attention spans wouldn't. And that thing you did about Freddie Hampton proved me wrong. And I'm sorry, all right? I made a mistake and I'm sorry. Now remember to say that to the counselor next week.
You're saying that.
Just remember.
Keep bringing it up.
I don't
understand why you keep bringing it up.
I want to hear you say that to Dave. Barry apologized to me this week. Just say that to the counselor, Dave. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're making progress. All right. Sake. And I pay for those dogs too. I know you like them, but I pay for everything. Anyway, when the main battles were fought around the urban centers, the French rampaged, and I want my CDs back. The French rampaged through the Haitian countryside, staging mass executions with firing squads, hanging and drowning. One French general locked hundreds of Haitians in the hold of a ship and burnt sulfur under them to kill them by asphyxiation and sulfur dioxide poisoning. Yeah. It's got a very push the Jew in the oven vibe to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, Jesus.
He locked them in a ship and burnt sulfur underneath them to kill them with asphyxiation and sulfur dioxide poisoning.
That's just fucking, I mean, just what the fuck?
Hundreds of them.
I don't understand that shit.
No, I don't get it either, but it's cheap.
Yeah.
Which is why they shoved the Jews in the ovens, because it was cheaper than shooting them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just...
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Like, I mean, they're human beings. During one of the battles at Retapiero, one of Toussaint's generals, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, stood on top of a barrel of gunpowder, holding a light, and said, "We are going to be attacked, and if the French put their feet in here, I will blow everything up."
Okay.
But as predicted by Toussaint, the rainy season came back, gifting the Haitians with mosquitoes. Thousands of French troops died with yellow fever, and thousands more were too sick with yellow fever to fight. Nice one, mosquitoes. The French lost more troops in Haiti than they did in their colonial campaigns in Algeria, Tunisia, West Africa, and Indochine combined.
Wow.
Think about that. The French were just pouring men in there, and they were just dying of yellow fever. In May of 1802,
it also seems just such a waste. I mean,
it's a waste
obviously,
of black people and a waste of French people. Yeah,
absolutely. But I mean, when you think about the scale of what was going on during the Napoleonic period, it's really bizarre. He's wasting all these efforts on this little area when he had so many other things going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just seems very bizarre.
Napoleon had a vision of a French empire in the Americas.
Oh, yeah.
And it included America. So let's just think about that for a while. He put that vision away pretty quickly because of Haiti. In May of 1802, for reasons not entirely clear, many of the Haitian generals just sort of gave up. Toussaint surrendered on various conditions, one of which was that slavery would not be restored to Saint-Domingue, which was his main thing, more than his own personal wealth. Slavery will not be restored to Saint-Domingue. None of his conditions were met by the French, and he died a few months later in a French prison. They took him back to France and put him in prison. And Dessalines was now Dessalines. You will remember, with the man on top of the barrel, right? Dessalines. Well, we have a picture of Dessalines, do we? Number 3, I think.
Oh, was that 3?
That is a statue of Dessalines, which is in Haiti. That is in Haiti. Port-au-Prince, as far as I know. Dessalines was now in charge of the Haitians. And once it became clear that the French were in fact going to reintroduce slavery, changed sides again and started fighting the French again. Now, the reason it became clear that the French were going to reintroduce slavery was because the French reintroduced slavery into Guadeloupe and Martinique after promising they would not.
Wow.
So this Dessalines guy my guess is he was correct in his political assessment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Napoleon, back home, heard that his troops were decimated by yellow fever, so he sent a crack legion of Polish soldiers to bolster the war. Yeah, to bolster the war. However, when the Poles saw what was happening on the ground, they changed.
And I'm not laughing at the Polish. I'm just thinking, I ain't sending more French people over there. Send some Poles to go die.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's what I'm laughing at. Yeah,
yeah, like the Irish Guards and the British Army, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
However, when the Poles saw what was happening on the ground, they changed sides and joined Dessalines in fighting the French, right? Later, Dessalines, and this is a quote, so don't cancel me. Later, Dessalines would call them the white Negroes of Europe.
Oh wow!
Right, that's a phrase that has also been used about the Irish.
Yeah.
Polish people were legally classified as black under the Haitian constitution, and all Poles were granted automatic citizenship of Haiti. And there are still many Polish communities in Haiti right now. So I'd say they're kielbasa-ing it up in Haiti, right?
Yeah, that's really, you would never think that those two countries would be,
No, and Napoleon is what did it. Yeah.
Well, he had an effect.
He did. He had the effect of concentrating the attention, didn't he?
Yeah.
In 1803, it became clear to Napoleon that the French Empire would not express itself in the Americas, right, because of Haiti.
Oopsies. Yeah.
He signed the Louisiana Purchase, which sold most of the middle stripe of the current United States to Jefferson for $15 million, which is about 380 million of our modern American dollars. Now, did they get a good deal?
It was the best deal. It was tremendous.
Yes.
Tremendous. It was the best.
On our live chat, in an effort at participation, I want to ask you, did you think they got a good deal for getting the middle states, none of the good states, the middle ones, the flyover states, for 380 million modern American dollars? Did he get a good deal? What do you think?
Asking me,
Let me know. Let me know in the live chat.
I think that.
Just give him a chance. Give him a chance to write before it continues. Fuck you, Barry. I live in Oklahoma. Right, here we go. The French completely withdrew from Port-au-Prince, and Dessalines took the city. Dessalines saluted the determination and commitment to racial equality of the 100 whites who chose to remain.
Wow.
Before he executed all of them.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a big turnabout.
He a cold brother. There were still pockets of what?
I just said careful now.
Yeah, I was trying to think of what do they say, brother, is it? He a cold brother. No, okay. He's cold. And I think if you're going to drop N-bombs, that's a good place to do it. He a cold.
Hey.
Right? There were still pockets of French resistance to the Haitians in the countryside, but eventually they all surrendered to British forces. Right? Again, this period of Haitian history is just absolutely off the chain.
Yeah.
In 1804, The first day of January 1804, Dessalines declared independence for Saint-Domingue and renamed it Haiti, the first independent nation in Latin America.
Oh, wow.
You can do better than that. The first independent nation in Latin America.
Yeah.
The revolution was the only known slave uprising in human history that led to the founding of a state which was both free from slavery and ruled by former slaves. The successful revolution terrified everyone who was making money in slave economies throughout the Americas, as you said earlier, Seamus. Thomas Jefferson immediately snapped into action and imposed a trade embargo, while Congress simply refused to recognize Haiti's independence at all, as did France. Now, snapping into action and imposing a trade embargo on a Caribbean nation that goes a way you don't like is also the theme of another show we did called Operation Mongoose.
Yeah.
Now, hundreds of thousands of Haitians were dead. There was still time to execute all the other white people in the country, except for Polish people. So while they were fixing up the country, they managed to execute all the other white people except for Polish people. Dessalines said that in order to kill every white person in Haiti, we have repaid these cannibals, war for war, crime for crime, outrage for outrage. These were definitely human rights violations and war crimes. No doubt about it. I mean, I understand where he's coming from with it, but it's not good. None of it's good, right? Again, as we tell you, I'd say in almost every episode, do not confuse our episodes for saying these are the good guys.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys are bad people. These Haitians are just not particularly nice, but things were done to them is the truth of it, right? The Haitian economy was wrecked by war. The richest colony in France was reduced to penury. The agricultural infrastructure was trashed, and any commercial enterprises were destroyed. Dessalines set about a plan to repair the country. The interim constitution included the following 3 provisions. Freedom of religion. All citizens of Haiti, regardless of color, were officially black, and no white people could own land in Haiti.
Oh, wow.
So this means Polish people can obviously own white land because they're black. Yeah. So white people can't own land in Haiti. It was a very, very racist constitution.
So when you rolled up on the shore, you just throw a ski on the back of your name.
Yeah.
Just,
my name's Barry Purcellski.
Yeah, Purcell
Ski. Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
And you're Seamus.
Geekski. Yeah, it's a Geeganski. Check. Yeah, I like that better. Let's go with that. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
By 1806, now remember this was 1804, right? By 1806, popular consent was that Dessalines had gone off the rails.
Oh boy.
If he was ever on them. In other words, he pulled a Mugabe, as we call it, right? We call that pulling a Mugabe. If he was ever on the rails, and 2 of his generals assassinated him.
Oh.
Well, and it had to be done. It had to be done. Now, I remember I'm telling you, it's not about good guys and bad guys. Dessalines saved that country, created an first independent Latin making, and he went nuts. If he was ever not nuts. Sometimes this happens when you let military guys run a country instead of just run the army. Sometimes it's problematic. If you're in a country and your president shows up for work wearing a full military army outfit, it's probably not a good sign.
Yeah.
So Dessalines had gone off the rails if he was ever on them, and 2 of his generals assassinated him. After this, Haiti was split between the 2 generals. The 2 generals then had a fight, and one ran the north, one ran the south, and blah. Right?
Oh, yeah, he shot him, but I shot him twice.
Something like that. And one guy was more into slavery than they had a system of like not so much slavery, but something that kind of amounted to it, corvée labor system, which is kind of like slavery.
Okay.
That was 1806. But by 1820, it was united again under a president called Jean-Pierre Boyer, or Boyer, I guess.
Okay.
Right? Now, in 1811, the largest slave, this has nothing to do with Haiti, but I said I'd throw this paragraph in. It's a 2-parter, folks. In 1811, the largest slave...
Go on. What? You said you're going to throw something in because this is a 2-parter.
Yeah, it is a 2-parter.
Come on. What are you throwing in?
We agreed we were going to move beyond this and that you're going to tell Dave I apologized.
I'm fine. I don't know why you're getting bent out of shape. I'm just agreeing with what you're saying.
I never liked your band. Shit on the band. Right. In 1811, the joke there is that Seamus is in a band called Mutiny on the Mayflower, and they're very good.
Thank you.
In 1811, the largest slave uprising in American history took place in Louisiana. where slaves, some of them imported Haitians, rose up against the mostly self-exiled Haitian planters and slave owners. The combined forces of the U.S. Navy, the Army, and local militias ended in kangaroo trials and execution of dozens of slave rebels.
Wow.
Their heads were put on pikes and placed around Louisiana.
Jesus Christ.
Les autres. Right? Like in Candide, in Voltaire's Candide. Pour encourager les autres.
Vlad Tepes shit there. What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, well, that was the largest slave uprising in American history that I'd never even heard of until I started reading this.
Holy fuck.
Did you know about that?
No.
Oh, neither did I. In this atmosphere...
I know that there was some sort of uprising or Poe uprising, I believe, in the 1700s, but... and not talking about... Not the night... That's not the...
This is 1811, yeah.
That's not...
Surprise, bitches.
Yeah, Nat Turner was before that, right?
I'm not sure.
Fuck, I can't remember now. I'm sorry, go ahead.
In this atmosphere, right, given that very tense, hostile atmosphere, it would have been difficult politically to recognize the independence of Haiti, right? I mean, fair enough. If that's the assumptions are shit, but if those are your assumptions, fair enough. In 1825, Charles X, it says here, Charles
Xavier? Professor X?
Charles X, apparently, yeah. Someone told me it meant the 10th, but I don't think that's probably not likely. Charles X of France sent a fleet of warships to Haiti to demand reparations for the French debacle 20 years.
What year is this now? What year?
20 years, 1825. This would have been 20 years beforehand. So Charles X of France sent a fleet of warships to Haiti to demand reparations in the form of 150 million gold francs. In exchange, France offered a normalization of diplomatic relations, i.e., to recognize the independence of Haiti. So Boyer agreed. Now, as you might have guessed, Haiti did not have 150 million gold francs.
Yeah.
In fact, it's unclear whether or not they had 1 gold franc. So Boyer, they were very badly off. Boyer was therefore forced to take out a bunch of crippling loans with French banks to pay for it. These loans would not be repaid. Yeah, I know. These loans would not be repaid until 1947.
What?
1947.
What the fuck?
Now, here's the thing. This again, this is a very common thing you will find in imperial ambitions with America, with Britain, with France, and it happened with a number of different countries. They will cripple the shit out of you, and then their banks will give you the loans you need to repay them their own money back. It's just absolute. It's just another way of extracting everything from a colony.
That's
right.
Fucked up.
Do not have any doubt about what was happening here.
Just one thing.
Yeah.
I had to look it up because it was driving me nuts. Nate Turner, that whole.
Oh, Nate Turner. What year is that?
1831. So that's later. For some reason, I was thinking it was before this. So
cool. Well, between 1825 and 1833, Nat Turner had his thing, right?
Yep.
In 1833, Britain recognized the independent Haiti.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to try that again. In 1833, Britain recognized the independent Haiti.
Yay!
See, this is the problem we've been having. Everything's always negative. There's no. I need some kind of positive.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to save up all my energy.
No, let me just tell you what it's like.
Part one. I need energy for part two.
It's like I don't know. Britain recognized them. Oh, okay,
Well, at first I said I was shocked because
that's going in the ledger. That's going in the ledger of Seamus's misdeeds, and I'm going to just plank it in front of Dave's desk and say, "This is what I have to deal with on a daily basis, Dave. I'm doing my best. Okay, I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying so fucking hard. And what do I get from you? Okay, all right. It's dispiriting, and it's. I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Are you done? Are you done?
Are we done? Okay, sorry. Yeah. So, in 1933, Britain recognized the independent Haiti. Yay! The U.S. did not recognize Haiti until 1862, when I guess everything went off the boil, which is still before the madness, right? It's still before the Civil War, so I guess some props. The U.S. President Andrew Johnson floated the idea of annexing the entire island to basically use as a naval, the island of Hispaniola, you remember from the first bit, to use as a naval base against European incursions into the Caribbean. This did not happen then, but the U.S. Navy sent warships to Haiti 19 times between 1857 and 1915 to protect American lives and property.
Right.
They sent it to Haiti to protect American lives and property. To Haiti, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Americans would claim that they were responding to instability in Haiti, which there was lots of, in fairness. But of course, the constant foreign interference did nothing but contribute to its instability.
Yeah.
Between 1888 and 1915, 10 Haitian presidents were violently removed from office, including 7 in the 4 years before 1915.
Wow.
Alvi Adi, Assistant Secretary of State in 1888, Assistant Secretary of State in 1888, called Haiti, without any trace of irony, a public nuisance at our door.
Fuck's sake.
That's what he said. Perhaps the most salient example of this interference was the Mole Saint Nicolas affair. Right? I'm just giving you one example of one of the 19 times the U.S. Navy sent warships down. Right? This is called the Mole Saint Nicolas affair, and it has its own Wikipedia page if you want to check it out. In 1889, a Haitian general promised the U.S. Could build a base at Mole Saint Nicolas if they helped him overthrow whatever president Haiti had that weekend. The U.S. agreed and began negotiations under orders from everyone's favorite president, Benjamin Harrison. In January 1891, the USS Philadelphia rocked up to Port-au-Prince with orders to take Mole Saint Nicolas. The Haitian government responded by demanding credentials from the general on board, and I swear this is true. They basically said, show me your papers, right? They demanded credentials from the general, a guy called Gérardi. The U.S. responded by sending down a bunch of more warships, including the USS Galena and the USS Kearsarge. When Kearsarge is the name of the ship, man, I don't know what's going on there. When the credentials arrived months later, because remember, there's no internet, right?
Yeah.
When the credentials arrived months later, the Haitians had decided they could not capitulate to what they saw as gunboat diplomacy.
Yeah, exactly.
If ever there was an example of gunboat diplomacy, it's sending the gunboats to get them to sign a form, right? The New York Times would write that the Haitians' semi-barbaric minds saw in it a threat of violence.
Fuck off! That fucking rag has never been right, man.
Fuck off is correct. The Haitians again just look at how many ways this is wrong. Semi-barbaric minds saw in it a threat of violence.
Jesus Christ!
That's wrong in at least 3 separate ways that I can do. I've got more than 3 there.
Yeah. And what year is this?
This is 1891.
Oh,
a full century after. Well,
it's excusable then, because it's within the parlance of the times.
Semi-barbaric minds saw in it a threat of violence. Imagine if 3 or 4 or 5 warships rocked up, a whole carrier group basically rocked up to your border, and you saw in it a threat of violence. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I would.
The New York Times would write that the Haitians' semi-barbaric minds saw in it a threat of violence. The U.S. moved their ambitions to the Dominican Republic, right next door, but they couldn't seal that deal either. And there's a whole funny story about that, but it's nothing to do with Haiti. The New York Times again refused to blame Gérardi and instead blamed Frederick Douglass.
Okay.
You know Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, that just seems like a swing.
Yeah, but it's relevant because he was the U.S. consul to Haiti at the time.
Okay.
And he had resigned in protest.
Gee, wonder why.
Everything I know about Frederick Douglass is he's basically an honorable man.
Yeah.
Yeah. In an interview, Gérardi said that in the future, Haiti would be forced to abide by the wishes of the United States. Gérardi said that in the paper. In the future, Haiti would be forced to abide by the wishes of the United States. Foreshadowing. Okay.
Yeah.
And also backshadowing, I guess. At the start of the 20th century, we're getting close now, guys. We're getting close to the start of the second podcast, okay? At the start of the 20th century, Haiti was historically unstable. Fair enough. And okay, you can put up picture number 4 now.
Yep.
I went to ChatGPT and I said, please create an image to represent the historically unstable situation in Haiti at the end of the 1800s. And that's what it showed me. And you know what? Yeah, cool. No criticisms at all. Fine. Yes. At the start of the 20th century, Haiti was historically unstable and owed millions to France, Germany, and to the United States. In 1914, U.S. President Woodrow Wilson took control of the Haitian National Bank by sending in the Marines, who removed $500,000 of its reserves for safekeeping in New York.
Yeah. That piece of shit.
He sent the Marines into a bank, took $500,000 for safekeeping in New York. The assassination of the Haitian president a year later prompted President Wilson to act. On the 28th of July, 1915...
Who assassinated him?
The Haitian president. I don't even know the name of the Haitian president because there's so many. There's no point in listing them in this.
But I mean, was it like an insurgents or an inside job kind of thing? Or
no, it would have been a Haitian guy. No. In fairness, the Americans had nothing to do with this.
Okay, that's just what I wanted. I could care less.
The assassination but there was plenty of shit going down in Haiti that the Americans did not need to agitate anything there.
Right.
In 1915, the U.S. Marines landed at Port-au-Prince after the National City Bank of New York convinced Wilson to take control of Haiti's political and financial interests.
What? What? Wait a minute. Are you telling me
Here we go.
that a bank told the president how to engage in their foreign policies?
Yeah. He was basically taking suggestions from the National City Bank of New York. That's after he stole the money in the Haitian National Bank. Sorry, for safekeeping.
If I had pearls, I'd be clutching them right now, Barry. God damn, that's just amazing. I am shocked. Are you sure this really happened?
You are welcome to check anything, and I encourage anybody listening to this to please Google everything I say. And if I've made a mistake, please put it down in the comments section.
I you know what? I'm rather skeptical of your claim right now.
I would be very happy if somebody corrected anything in the comments section, because we could do with the engagement. Right. When Wilson, he took control of Haiti's political and financial interests on the, instructions might be a bit harsh, but on the instructions of the National City Bank of New York. This would begin a 19-year occupation, which we will discuss along with its aftermath in the next edition of Operation Uphold Democracy. The Haiti question. That's it.
Part two.
Awesome. Yeah, the second part. So now I think we have who's new? What's new? Got it. Okay. This is what's new. Just before every podcast, I put CIA into Google, the word CIA into Google, and hit the news tab, and Seamus puts FBI into Google and hits the news tab. And then we pick 2 or 3 stories we think might be interesting or funny. We have not told each other what these stories are, so we're hearing these for the first time, just like you. So do you want to go FBI first or what?
Yep. So I don't know if you've been paying attention to the FBI or to Mayor Eric Adams in New York.
Oh, yeah.
So he's getting busted for some corruption scandals and stuff.
Yes.
Taking money from outside, foreign influences, as all politicians do. It's the in thing now. You know,
they tried that with that Toussaint Louverture, and he said no.
Yeah. So like the young kids have TikTok, but the politicians now have, hey, we'll take money from outside influences. Yeah. So actually, it's been going on. But anywho, he's getting he's getting a little bit of heat for that. Surprising. And the FBI seized his phone, but they were unable to hack it.
What?
Yeah, he changed the password. He said he did it by mistake and he forgot it.
Well, can't they just brute force it?
Apparently, they're still having issues trying to hack it. So it's been reported by Wired today.
That's just a timing issue.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. So here's something I found pretty gross. Senators demand answers of gross. Wow, I didn't realize gross was in the headline before I said that. Gross negligence found in FBI child sex crimes cases.
Well, now those are the cases you don't want to be gross negligence in, right?
Yeah. So basically, they did an audit.
Okay.
Quote, in about 47 of cases reviewed by the FBI, the audit revealed that employees failed to comply with mandatory reporting requirements to state and local agencies. For social services, that number rose to 50%. Only about 43% of mandatory reporters received were made within the required 24-hour period. A mere 17% of reports were documented.
Oh, my God.
Jesus fucking Christ. How fucked up do you have to be to do that? Talk about being
kids,
fucking...
Man. Some kid somewhere got hurt because of that.
Yeah. It's just fucking disgusting. That pisses me off. So... that's all I had for the FBI. I figured those two were real honestly good enough.
Yeah, that last one was a little bit sore.
Yeah.
I still feel that one.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I feel bad now because mine are kind of whimsical.
Well, we need that. So
okay.
Yeah.
Will I go CIA?
So, you always have one for this, right? So
yeah, go now, yeah.
All right.
Where the hell is William Burns? William Burns, William Burns. Where the hell is William Burns? William Burns this week.
I don't know.
Where the hell is William Burns? William Burns, William Burns. Where the hell is William Burns? William Burns this week.
Come on, get it together. Okay. The truth is, I don't know. I went looking and couldn't find him anywhere. If you know where William Burns is this week, put it in the comments section.
Yeah.
I expect he's somewhere to do with Israel or something because everything's gone mad, or Iran or something. But he's gone fucking radio silence. Right? No news organization knows where he is. If you know or you find any source, please tell me because I am not losing this bit. This is my favorite part of every podcast. Okay. Anyway, the CIA links are: 1, from Freedom Press. President Carter is 100. The CIA still keeps his Camp David records secret.
Of course.
Yeah. A fitting birthday present will be for the CIA to declassify its records from the 1978 Camp David Accords. Camp David, one of the highlights of the Carter administration, established the framework for a peace deal between Israel and Egypt. So that's one thing. Another one is, it's a two-parter, I think. Again, another two-parter. It's two kind of newspaper headlines about a few days apart, right? One is from BBC. One is Venezuela, U.S. dismisses claim CIA plotted to assassinate Nicolas Maduro. And another one is from Miami Herald: 5 Americans arrested in Venezuela in CIA plot against Maduro. So that's that. Those are my CIA links, which are excessively whimsical given your god-awful FBI information.
Yeah, but do me a solid, send me both those links when this is over. So I want to send that to somebody. So
it's
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's it. That's my CIA links, and that's my Haiti episode. There will be another one of these. I don't know. I'll just roll into. I can do part 2 next. We'll do 1, 2 like that.
Yeah. Do you want to do them 2 weeks in a row?
Might as well. Yeah.
2 weeks. All right. So yeah, we'll keep a lookout. If we're able to, we'll do it 2 weeks. Break the 2-week rule, so to speak. And,
yep.
Yeah.
It makes more sense, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember if we did that with Freddie Hampton or not.
Yes, we did.
Sorry, Fred Hampton.
We did 1, 2, 3, and I had fuck all to do. But back in the Freddie Hampton days, and viewers may enjoy this piece of information, we were 4 episodes ahead.
Yeah.
We had 4 episodes ready to go, and then something happened to me, and I got unwell, and then my dad got unwell, and we used up our whole little buffer zone, and now we're just clinging on for dear life a few days before broadcast. So yeah, that's what's happening. That's my Haiti episode. I think that's our episode, isn't it?
Yep, that's it.
Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you all, and
the plan is to have Operation Uphold Democracy 2 in the can the next time you are here, people.
Which might be in a week or 2 weeks.
It'll be 2 weeks.
We're gonna do 2. Okay. All right.
I meant to break the rule in the sense of I'll be doing one after the other.
Okay. I might have conflated the issue. Sorry about that.
It's
2
okay.
weeks. We'll see you in 2 weeks with part 2. It's
part
a 2-parter.
Yeah, all right, fine.
Bye, guys.